That jumps on after. Good evening. It is Tuesday, May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Thank you guys all for joining me tonight. This call is our monthly Getting Started Right new coach call, kind of to go over some of the first things, to kind of give you some tips on how to get started, the important areas to start with, and then answer any questions you might have as you've already started working in your business. So I have a little presentation to help me stay on track. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to hit present. And here we go. Okay. So today we're going to talk about how to launch your fitness biz. And I said fitness biz, but honestly, this is a everything biz, because yes, we have fitness and nutritional programs and things like that, but this is your business. This is your brand. This is all about you. And so you are launching essentially you as a brand and you as somebody who's out here to help people and find them tools to help change their life. So first things first, and if you haven't heard this from, and you might have been invited by myself or your upline coach, somebody that's on my team, because we're all one big team. So if you haven't heard this already from your upline, you're going to hear it probably a million times, I hope, from everybody in this business, that the most important job you have as a coach, your first job is to take care of you. And I always say that, I've been an educator, I think this is my 12th year, and I was never told, we always, every year we have to do more professional development and do all this stuff to learn to be better educators and take care of our kids better. And nobody ever talked about taking care of me. And, that wasn't what was super important. It was taking care of the kids, and which is very important. But if I am not my best me, I can't be my best counselor. I can't be my best anything else if I'm not my best self. And so your number one job is to take care of you. And how you do that, if you've decided to become a coach, is because either you've fallen in love with our products, our programs, or you know that you've seen somebody else fall in love with our products and our programs, and you decided you want to start using them to get healthy, happy, and change your life, or some aspect of your life. So in taking care of yourself, you are going to get to know our products, whether it's a specific program, Shakeology. I've been drinking Shakeology for going on 7 years now since I became a coach. And I remember when I started, I remember hearing about this thing called Shakeology, and I was in a much more unhealthy mindset way back then. And so I thought, oh, this is this meal replacement, and it's going to make me lose all this weight and all this stuff, and I'm just going to drink that instead of having food. Totally not what's it about, or not what it's about. But I already knew I was in love with the product before I had it. And then I had it, and then I realized what it was all about and how it made me feel and how it curbed my cravings. And I just wanted to share it with everybody. So we want to get to know the products by us using them. Okay. I don't use every single product that we have known to man. I use the ones that I like, that I know will benefit me on my journey as a part of the total solution. And I absolutely love them. The ones that I use, I hype up all the time. I absolutely love them. That doesn't mean I love every single thing I've ever had. So we talk about the things we love, just like a restaurant, just like a clothing company. We talk about the things that we love. And then because we love them, because we've fallen in love with whether it's a product or the lifestyle, our community, we tell people about it. So again, like a restaurant, you go to your favorite restaurant, what are you going to do? Keep it all to yourself? You're going to go and share that with people. You're going to tell them what you like about that restaurant. What is it about that? What is it about this new lifestyle that you've adopted? Even if you've only been a coach for a week or two, what's changed in the time that you signed up? Why is he letting the dogs in here? We'll see if it's okay. So they start barking. From the time that you signed up, what has changed? Maybe, you haven't had some physical transformation, or maybe you haven't even had a transformation with Shakeology because you just started drinking it, and you haven't really, seen the benefits yet or anything, but something in your life has changed from the time that you signed up to the time that is now. Whether that's the community, the people that you've met, the groups that you've been in, maybe you've worked out more times than you ever have before. What has changed in your life? And you're going to tell people about that. That's why we always encourage people to start sharing their journey right from the start. Even before you have a transformation, a physical or mental or financial one, share the journey. What is happening for you? People don't want to see, the end of the marathon and go, oh, well, of course they did all, they must have trained. They want to see that training process. What happened to get you to that finish line of that marathon? Okay. And then because we're sharing, because we're using the products, because we're sharing the lifestyle as well as the products, we get a chance to help people change their life and do the same thing that we're doing the same way that we're doing it. It's not rocket science. What we do is not rocket science. We do a program, you get results, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever. And you share that with people and you invite them to adopt some of these maybe new habits that you've tried or you've started. I remember I was never a morning workout person, ever. If you would have told me that I was going to be getting up when I was actually going to work at 4:30 in the morning and doing a 5 a.m. workout, I would have told you to go F yourself, because that was not going to happen. Like, not going to happen. But because I had adopted, and it took me years, even being a coach, before I adopted that lifestyle. But as I grew as a person and I watched other people do it, and I had the accountability partners, and I saw, wow, they're way more productive in their day because they get up and get their workout done. Or they get their workout done more often because they get it done in the morning and they don't not do it when they get home and they're too tired. We watch that because of the community that we're in, because of the lifestyle changes that we see other people make. It changes our life, and then we do the same for other people and invite them to do the same thing. And then we tell people to do the same thing. I have these conversations all the time now when I'm talking to new customers. I'm like, they're like, oh, I talk about the preferred membership or signing up as a coach, not only for the discount, but if you have a friend or family member that sees what you're doing and wants to join you, why would you send them to me to earn the money? I didn't inspire them. I didn't do anything. You're the one that they're watching and that's inspiring them. So why would you send them to me to benefit? I want you to help them. You're the one that's supporting them. You're the one that's inspiring them. You can help them. And they're like, oh, that's what we do. That's literally what we do. We do it, we share it, we invite people to join us, and then we help them do the same thing. Literally what we do. A lot of people like to really overcomplicate it and make it, I have to have this huge social media following. I have to pay all this money for ads or do all these things. It's absolutely not true. I was on a call, a What is Coaching call earlier this week with some top coaches, and yeah, they have really big teams. Yeah, they have tons of coaches on their team or tons of followers on the social media, but every single one of those coaches, even myself, I don't have a lot compared to some other coaches, but I had zero when I started. I didn't even have an Instagram account when I started Facebook. Okay. It's all a process. It's all a process that we start and we all evolve at the rate that we want to evolve and the rate we want to grow. And that's what's so amazing is because we all get to do it differently, but we all have the same end goal of not only changing our life, but helping other people change theirs. So, bottom line, you have to help yourself before you can ever help others. And I will speak it till I'm blue in the face. And I didn't learn it. I talked it, but I didn't walk it until about 2 years ago. And not only has my life changed, but my business has changed, because I realized that if I wasn't doing it, why would anybody else join me? Why would anybody else join my challenge group if I wasn't, doing what I was saying? I wasn't showing and inspiring people to do the same thing. You don't have to work out in the morning, but if I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. and saying you should get up at 5 a.m. and get your workout done before you go to work so you're not tired, why would anybody believe me? Why would anybody do that if I'm not, if you want to work out after work and I say, hey, every day after work, we're going to come home, we're going to work out together, we're going to Zoom, great, that's fine. But I have to actually show up and do that. Just like as coaches, we are the example of changing something in our life to make it better. Does that mean we're perfect? Absolutely not. Does that mean it's always easy? Absolutely not. And we need to also share the tough times, because I think that's where we really are relatable to other people. So one of the things that I love about this company is the amount of resources that we have at our fingertips. Beachbody it's one of those companies where I haven't found this anyway, with coaches and whether they're top coaches or brand new coaches, when people create things, they're willing to share. And before you have to go out and look for all those things, Beachbody provides so much resources and things to help us be successful. They don't just want us to sign up and then bring people in and then leave us, by the wayside. They want us to be successful. And so they give us those resources and we have to choose to use them. Now, our team and Fit Club Network, the teams under the big umbrella of Beachbody, we've then taken some of those resources and we create our own and we make them look pretty with our branding or colors that we like. You don't have to do that. There's one coach, she was a top coach my first year, Lindsay Matway. She didn't even have an upline. They didn't have this is years ago, so they didn't have all these resources, they didn't have all this stuff. She was the top coach after a couple of years on her own. So she could do it on her own. We don't have to. We've got all of these resources at our fingertips that are there for the taking. So I want to show you quickly the different places that should be either bookmarked on your computer or whatnot, so that you can find them quickly when you have questions and when you need to know things. Because as you know, your upline is the person that you joined with. They're there to support you and mentor you, but they're not going to be at your beck and call every single second. And for me personally, I'm a control freak, so I don't want to have to wait for somebody to answer me or whatever. And so I'm going to do my darndest to find the answer. And there's always going to be times where we need that help, or we need, that quick answer when you're not, can't get to all these things. But I want you to have the resources and know where to find them, so that you don't have to rely if somebody's sick or they're out of town or whatever. You can still see that success. So you're going to go to your teambeachbody.com. And we're going to show you the COO, which is your coach online office, where all of your coaching information is going to be found. If you are an Apple user, there's also a Beachbody Links app. It's only for Apple users, but it's basically your COO on your phone. And it's pretty freaking amazing. So if you're Apple, and you should be, just saying, what's Kisa saying? What are you saying?
I don't think it's just Apple anymore. I think they switched
Oh,
that.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you can check if it's, I didn't know that they had, because I know Apple was the only one for a long time, but it's like a little COO in your hand, and it's amazing. But you're going to sign in to your account. They've changed it. I used to have to sign in like 8 times to get to my account, and now we don't have to. Your coach office. Now, because it's May and we just launched bod groups, sometimes it's been down more than normal. It hasn't for a while for me. I know, depending on the person, some people are having issues and some people aren't. It was down for me at the beginning. Majority of the time when we're not doing big launches and big things, this is very accurate and very up to date. So you should be able to rely on it. So this is where you're going to find, this is your homepage, your dashboard, where you're going to find all of your coaching information, your username, your team, or your coach ID, which you need to memorize and know, because you're going to have to input it many, 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 many times over the course of your coaching journey. It's also going to give you a lot of information right off the bat about new customers, new coaches, coaches in your organization. There's a lot of information right here that is vital. I wake up every morning, and whether it's right or wrong, I wake up every morning before I get my energized, and I sit on my what do I sit on? A couch to read my personal development, and I grab my phone and I go to BB Links and I open it to look at this dashboard. I want to know what's going on in my office, my coach online office, every single morning. I look to see, do I have new customers? Doesn't mean I'm going to do anything with them at the moment, because I take care of myself first. I read my personal development, my pre-workout, and then I work out. But I look at my coach online office to know, what do I need to do? Do I have new customers? Do I have new customer orders? I want to see who just ordered something. Do I have new coaches that signed up? Hopefully I would know, on my team. Do I have new coaches in my organization? So you might go in your back office and you see, wow, I have like 2 or 3 coaches in my organization, but I didn't sign anybody up. any new coaches in your organization are coaches that are added, maybe, so let's say Kisa or Lori add a new coach. So Kathy, when you were a new coach, you came up as my new coaches in my organization. You're probably under a new recruit by PS coach, because Lori is my personally sponsored coach, but you are not. So you are part of my organization. You benefit my volume and all of those things, but you don't affect me towards my ranking, if that makes sense. And you'll learn again as you go through more trainings and things. But this is, any coaches in your organization is a good thing. Okay, and then you have your personally sponsored, with PS coach sign up if you have any new coach signups, paid ranks changing, people going inactive, which is really important as you move through your business. You want to pay attention to that because it could affect your rank if somebody's going inactive, and just it's a way to see what's happening in your business at a glance. So you can take care of anything that might come up, or make sure you're supporting everybody that needs to be supported. Okay. All of our yeah.
I'm sorry, you referenced BB links, and Kathy, that was something we didn't talk about today. So I just wrote that down because that's another app that we can go through. I don't know if it's in Kelly's training.
It's not.
Okay.
No, just because at first it wasn't for everybody. So, but it basically looks just like this when you go to the Coach Online office. But there's more features on that app as well. So coach breaking news, so any new launches, new happenings, events that are coming up, it's going to be right here that takes you directly to the FAQ with all of that information. I come back here a lot to know the dates of certain things, when sales are happening, when new products are being launched. I will come back here to the coach breaking news. Up here, you're going to see all the different things on the side. Are your team, who's your upline coach, who's your diamond upline coach, your success club, whether you've achieved it or not for that month, your volume, your earnings, and then your road to, this is just like, again, a glimpse of your business at a glance, I should say, at a glance. Everything you could need to be a successful Beachbody coach is in this back office, I promise you. And we make it more complicated by making it pretty and wanting, because that's just who I am. You do not need to do that, especially when believe me, when I was starting out, I didn't have fancy graphics. I didn't have any of that. I just got to work with what was there for me. Okay. It took me years before I bought my own logos and did all that stuff because that wasn't where my energy was focused on. It was getting people supported, getting people, inviting people and getting them to join me so I could support them. Okay, so across the top here, this is where you're going to find a lot of tools like shareable media for all the different programs that you're talking to people about. This is where you can use the share a cart on the Coach Online office. You can create share carts. You can also create them in bod groups now. Bod groups tool, which is brand new, but I think once the kinks get worked out, this is going to be huge for brand new coaches, because you can immediately go in. You don't have to, you can go right off the bat, choose your own challenge group start date, which we're going to talk about in a second. And you just go, you run with your bod group, you get people signed up. Everything's in one spot. You can help your customers, friends, and family get results right off the bat. I think it's going to be wonderful. And again, I'm not having any issues with bod groups, so I don't know why I got lucky, but I did. Again, this is another place that business at a glance is broken down. So the places that I use most often are my personal and customer orders and my subscription orders. This is amazing. It was added not long ago, but when you go back, and I'm going to show you this because this is where I use all the time. Like every week I go in and see who's renewing what. You can see who's renewing for coaches, customers, and even your own subscriptions. So I can go back in here and I can see who's going to renew on Shakeology, Performance, Beachbody on Demand. I reach out to those people that are going to be renewing to see if they want to upgrade and save money, things like that. I can see when those people are renewing, where before we never knew, unless we put a note in our phone or something like that. So it's a huge tool to help us communicate with our customers, our current customers, and get them the best deal and the best total solution, for a lower price. Okay. And then if you haven't already, this is another place where you can go set up your direct deposit. Because if you don't set up direct deposit and you want a check mailed to you, they take $2 out of your check. And I mean, that might not seem like much, but you get paid weekly. So $2 every week, that's $8 a month. After the year, I'm not gonna do the math. 8 times, I'm not gonna do it. But still, it's money that you're not getting in your pocket, right? I don't care if it's $1 or $2. I want it all in my pocket. So this is just another way to get more in-depth information about your business, okay? This is another place that I go to all the time. Even when I'm setting up my own trainings and I want to make them pretty, I go back to this training spot. I have to go re-watch, re-listen, reread, because not only do things change over time, they get better, but there's a lot of information. I can't remember it all, and I'm not expected to remember it all, just like you're not expected to remember everything about this business, okay? That's why it's here in our back office. And then finally, the support button, I use this all the time, whether it's for the FAQ or the contact us. I never call Coach Relations. I always I use the chat, I use text message, I use Facebook Messenger. I don't use my phone to talk on it. I use my phone to text people, so I don't call people. I use Zoom, but I don't want to talk to you on the phone. Sorry, Lori, I talked to Laura today, it was fine. But this is where you will literally find everything. The black and white, the nitty gritty, if you want to change account information, this is where you're going to find it. This is, and it was funny. I remember in, was it elementary school, like when teachers say, ask 3 of your friends before you ask me. I always do that. I go, ask, search in FAQ 3 different ways before I go and ask Dave, my upline, if I don't know something, and I'm like, I really tried to look, I really tried to find the answer and I still couldn't. Can you help me? And he might think I'm lying, but I wasn't. So there's so much information back here, and I don't want that to be overwhelming. I want that to be comforting, that you are not having to do this, like reinvent the wheel. You could find an entire challenge group guide of posts in this back office that you don't even have to create one, okay? And sometimes people are so, that it's so much information, they don't know where to start or where to look. And sometimes if you have extra time, just come play back here and see what is available, what's back here. Now I lost my presentation. Where did it go? Oh wait, it was right here. There it is. Okay. So, the team page, and then I already did the coach FAQ. So our team page, this is one thing I'm gonna laugh about this, because so our team page, and it happens to everybody, so if it happens to you, just laugh it off and it's fine. So we have 2 pages, Team Fit to Love, or Fit to Love Coaches Network. That's our team page. So anything related to events, team calls, like retreats we're doing, or trainings, or encouragement, whatever, it's all going to be on that team page. Anything business related, when we're sharing our struggles but also our triumphs, it's going to be on that team page. Okay. I can't even do it. Fit for Life Tribe is our challenge group that we all run. Kisa and I co-developed it, I don't know, a long time ago. And we opened it up for all of our coaches and our coaches' because we wanted a tribe of women, a community where everybody could feel connected and supported and have this little family within a family, just all together. And so I am, very proud of what the community that we've created in the Fit for Life Tribe. And so sometimes people accidentally poach coaching things in the Fit for Life Tribe. It's not a big deal. But we want to try to keep most of the stuff in our Fit to Love Coaches Network. So I would definitely bookmark both of those groups. The other 2 groups I definitely want you to bookmark are the Beachbody Champions page, where you're going to find You're going to find, again, a ton of training, a ton of information. They're interviewing top coaches. Every week they have different, so they'll have different weeks trainings that you can jump on. If it doesn't work, they're always recorded and they're always added to this page. And then the last one is Team Beachbody Coach 411. And again, these are just pages that you like or are following, where you can't go in and comment or things like that. You can comment on the post, but you can't post anything, I should say. So this is where you're gonna find our National Wake Up Call, which is every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. They have a coach or somebody from corporate come on and share best practices or things that are working to help the entire network. And again, this is why I love this company. People they're not secretive. They literally will share with the entire network what they're doing, what's working for them. They even sometimes share their documents that they've created that people can literally, essentially copy and paste, but hopefully, put it in their own language or their own verbiage and, things like that. But such a helpful, resourceful company where you do not have to recreate the wheel. But those are some of the most important Facebook groups to be aware of. And then our team happy hour, whether it's happy hour or just team call, are every Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where again, sometimes we have training, sometimes we have guest speakers, again, best practices. It's just a way to connect again with our team versus the whole Team Beachbody, okay? And lastly, I just learned, and I can't remember if I said this on our team call last night, but I learned how to edit iMovie on my Mac from a YouTube video the other night. Like in one night, I went to YouTube, I found a chick that literally step-by-step showed it, and I was like, oh, and I literally followed step-by-step, and I figured it out. Everything is on YouTube or Google. This presentation, I will tell you, I went and watched one of our top coaches who posts all of her team calls and stuff on YouTube. I went and watched how she runs her Getting Started Right calls, and I said, oh, I can do that. So I created my own thing. Obviously, it's my own words, and the way that I present is very different, but she put it out there, and I said, she's really successful. I'm going to copy what a really successful coach does. And I did it. This was all from YouTube, okay? So again, don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm just going to keep saying that. I'm going to have to reinvent another saying for reinvent the wheel. But as we move through, again, your number one job is to take care of you. And as a coach, 4 of our vital behaviors are all in taking care of you. Be proof the product works. Does that mean you only have to do Beachbody workouts? Absolutely not. I was a fitness instructor at a gym. I love my Peloton bike, but I consistently follow a program for the last 2 years, 2.5 almost. I've followed a workout program, a Beachbody workout program consistently. Every single day I follow the calendars. Sometimes I do, on rest days, I'll ride my Peloton or I'll do something else, but I have consistently followed a program for 2.5 years, okay? I drink my shake and I follow a nutrition plan, okay? Now, again, when I did the air quotes on follow a nutrition plan, because do I perfectly follow a nutrition plan, one of our Beachbody ones, every single day? No. Is that reality? No. I don't believe it's reality. I don't want it to be my reality. I don't want anybody to think that they have to follow a nutrition plan 100% of the time, because to me, that's unsustainable. And I don't want anybody, if I'm not going to do it, I'm not telling anybody else to do it. So when I follow a nutrition plan and when I do still have the mindset, I follow the portion fix. So I think of a carb and a protein and a fruit, and I think of how many I can have in each day. Now, tonight, might I have a couple extra carbs because it's Cinco de Mayo and tacos and tortilla chips? Yeah, but I still think about what I'm doing. I don't work out harder tomorrow because of it. I don't do, but I'm still following some sense of nutrition plan where I do fuel my body with good food, whole food, 80% of the time, except when it's on pandemic. But So when I say that, I don't want you to think that you have to be perfect and you can't share that you're treating yourself or that you're having some cocktails or whatever. Because guess what? We get to live our life and we're still going to get results. That's what people, when I first started, I thought I had to be perfect. I couldn't have a cocktail. I couldn't have a blizzard. I couldn't have any of these things. And so I just always assumed because I couldn't make that happen, I was never going to have results. So why try? So backwards, so backwards. Okay. Second vital behavior is share, connect, invite, and then follow up. Okay. So we always talk about inviting is key, but if we're not sharing and we're not connecting with people, we're not creating relationships, it's going to be really hard to invite somebody to something. Okay. And just as important, probably, if not more important than the invite, is the follow up. If you don't follow up with somebody, like I followed up, this is so embarrassing. So I had reached out to a gal that I know for years about the challenge group in coaching, right? She's out of work. She is a staff assistant at a school. She's out of work. She really wants to get in shape. And she was all about it. And then all of a sudden she just like ghosted me. And I was like, I am so sorry. I hope I didn't push you. I just could tell you really wanted to do this and da-da-da-da. And she messages me back. It's not funny. And she's like, oh, I had a seizure. I'm going in for brain surgery tomorrow. And I'm like, cause I was like, did I offend you? Did I push? She's like, oh God, no, I just, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. But now, and to share that is I was getting in my head that I had done something wrong. No, she just was busy. And she was like, thank you so much for following up, and now I can connect with her and I'm obviously not going to invite her to a program right now, but now I know that she's going through something. I have a connection and I can continue to support her. It doesn't always have to be in health and fitness. Okay. Biggest thing, we're going to talk about this a little bit even more, but is sharing your journey on social media. I know that's super scary for a lot of people, depending on what your comfortability level with social media. I think a lot of people are becoming more comfortable with it, whether it's social media or Zooms or being online, because that is the world we live in right now. And even when this is all said and done and we can go about our lives somewhat normal, I think we're still going to rely a lot on virtual relationships, virtual situations, work people. I think a lot more people are going to be working from home, things like that. So the more comfortable we can get now, I think you're just going to bloom and blossom. And it's going to be kind of the new way of connecting. It is a new way. And I think it's going to continue to be that same way. Okay. This is what changed my life, my trajectory of my business is personal development. I couldn't get into it. I didn't understand it at first. I was doing all business personal development. I wasn't doing personal mindset development. I was doing the professional, the business side, not the mindset. And once I changed my mindset, everything changed. And so now because of where I'm at, I can go back and forth between doing some business related personal development. Like right now I'm reading a book about leadership, because I want to be the best leader that I can. I'm still developing my person into the leader that I want to be. I just finished a book called Hustle, Believe, Achieve. That was all about how I could be a better person, how I need to change my mindset to be able to lead a team and be successful. 10 minutes used to be like torture. Now I don't want to stop after 30 or 45 minutes. And so obviously it depends on your time and when you're doing it, but personal development is key to shifting your brain and your mindset. And I truly believe being successful. And finally is recognition. And that's just when they added that not too long ago, because all of these things are great. But don't we want to be recognized? Don't we want to recognize others for all of the hard work that they're doing? And so they added that. And it's not like that you need the recognition or that I need the recognition. It's that we go out and celebrate everyone. Okay. Who doesn't want to be celebrated? Who doesn't want to be recognized? And so making sure that not only are you recognizing people on your team, but your customers, the people that you're supporting and seeing, not just a weight loss success or, you know, inches lost or whatever, but everything. They showed up for their workout every single day that week, that they stayed on their nutrition plan when they went on vacation. They were super proud about that, you know, those types of things. But recognizing and just, you know, loving on our people for everything. Okay. So your first goal as a new coach is to help 3 people get started with a program or Shakeology, okay, which is like a challenge pack. And if you do that, if you help 3 people, and I like to think of it as people versus points, because when I go out and I say I want to help 3 people, it's like I know that there's 3 people out there that I'm gonna talk to, and I'm gonna help change their life, whatever it is, whether it's fitness or nutrition or community. I'm gonna go out and find those 3 people that need me in their life right now. But when I think of it as 6 points, because you get 2 points per challenge pack, I think it's 6 points. It loses its luster, in my opinion. It's like, why do I care about a point? I care about people. I think that you're in this business because you care about helping people. Okay. And if you do that, you hit Success Club. And there's Success Club 5, Success Club 10. It's just, again, it's a way to showcase and recognize people that are helping multiple people every single month get started on their journey. So when you hit Success Club during the first 6 months, 3 times, so it doesn't have to be in a row. You could hit it, maybe not the first 3 months, and then you hit it the next 3 in that first 6 months. Not only do you earn a free ticket to Summit, but now you earn a spot in a brand new program test group, which is huge. And we have our very first, and it's called a Success Starter. We have our very first Success Starter on our team, which is Shakia, that talked on our team call last night. And she gets to be in the MBF and MBFA test group that's launching this summer. And it's going to be huge. Like, not just huge in terms that she gets to be a part of this. I guarantee it's going to blow up her business. When you get to be a part of something that's secretive and a test group, and then she's got to go all in. I mean, you know, and so they're going to be able to watch her journey secretly and see the struggle, the good, the bad, you know, all of these things. She gets to share that. Like, it's going to be huge. And so when you're first talking about how am I going to find 3 people in my first month, you know, how am I going to do that? Everybody starts with friends and family. Okay. My first customer when I signed as a coach was my boyfriend, now my husband. Okay. He was my first coach. He was my first customer. He was my first commission check. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Where do you go to get practice? If you're practicing for a speech or you're practicing for anything, you go to your friends and family because they're going to give you honest feedback. You're going to basically, you know, you maybe like guilt them into saying, yes, dude, I just started this business. Please be my first customer so I can help learn to support somebody and follow them through a program. Go to your warm market, your friends and family. And when you run out of them, that's when you start looking into your cold market, which is people that maybe you're meeting on social media, you're meeting at the grocery store, that are finding you on social and following your journey. But start with your friends and family. That's how you are going to, your hairdresser. Well, we can't go, I mean, whatever. When all this stuff goes back, you can text them. You can still text your hairdresser, right? And you just invite them to join you. And you invite them to join your challenge group, okay? With the start of BOD groups, I think it's super easy to set up your own group. If you want to start out strong and you just say, hey, I'm going to invite my friends and family. I've got 5 people that are going to start strong. We're going to start, you pick something that's 2 to 3 weeks out so you have enough time to invite people, get them ordered and get their stuff. With COVID, it's a little bit delayed, but at least they get their Beachbody on demand instantly. And they can also get all the nutrition information and things if they get a nutrition plan or the Fix 8 cooking show. We provide meal plans and Fit for Life Tribe. They can get going right away, but you've got to commit to a challenge group start date. If you're not ready to do your own BOD group or, you know, set up your own Facebook group, which honestly, if I were me with BOD groups now, I would rather start my own BOD group than start a new Facebook group. I would put them in our Fit for Life tribe and then start a BOD group. I would not start a new Facebook group. I think there's going to be a lot of success with BOD groups when it all gets, I think it's going to be amazing. And so I would put them in the Fit for Life tribe if you're not ready to start your own BOD group. But you can start your own. You could team up with your upline, or maybe your upline and say, hey, when are you going to start your next challenge? You could also join their bod group if you didn't want to start right away with your own. But you need to pick a date and then start inviting. Because again, it's a lot easier to invite when you have something to invite to. So if you're like, well, you want to join me and do this thing and like start working out with me? And it's like, but if you say, hey, I'm starting May 25th, Memorial Day, we're going to start, just don't pick that date. But we're, I'm starting this 3-week program or whatever. Like, you can talk to them about the program you're actually doing and say, hey, you want to join me? I've never done this before. I'm going to start to finish. I'm going to go all in with my, my nutrition, and I'm going to, blah, blah, blah. I'd really love to have you join me. Super simple. They say no, might challenge them a little bit. Come on. This is, oops, why is it going back? But that's it. That's literally what you're doing, right? Okay, there it is. When you're inviting, it's going to be a lot easier, like I said, when you're talking to friends and family. But your goal is to connect with people, and you want to be connecting with new people. Again, as you start connecting with your friends and family, might not be 3 people a day, but I challenge you to go and find 3 new people a day. So you start with your friends and family. Maybe they're going to say yes right away. Maybe the 3 new people that you're connecting with aren't going to say yes right away, but you're connecting with them. And maybe their yes is a yes the next time you run a challenge group, or the next time you run a challenge group, but you're connecting with new people and building that market of people you have to invite. Okay. And I always thought this was really impactful. It says you are not reaching out to close, you are reaching out to open the door. And so again, when we think of people, it's not I don't, like car salesmen or people like, I just need to close that person and get this sale. And what we have to offer is so different. We are offering an opportunity. And so I highly encourage you to take the emotion out of if somebody says no. They because we were reaching out to open the door. I want to share with you what I have to offer. Whether or not you are going to accept my offer, that is up to you. Because I know that nobody can make me work out. Nobody can make me eat well. Nobody can I'm literally the only one that can do that. So even if there's the greatest deal ever to be had in the whole wide world that Beachbody is running, but I'm not ready, it doesn't matter. But we want to open up the opportunity. We want to open up the door to the possibility so that they know maybe when they are ready, maybe that next month they're like, oh crap, I've sat on my butt for 6 weeks in this pandemic. I've got to get moving, and they're like, hey, Kathy was running that group. I wonder if she has one starting again. We're opening up that door for them. Okay. Every time, and I struggle with this sometimes, but every time you talk to somebody, you don't want to show up and throw up. Okay. And I have to really work on this because I like to talk and I get excited. And that's why I always go, did I offend you? Am I bothering you? Because I get really excited. But you always want to end your message, even if it's not about a challenge group or an invite, but always with a call to action. So something that's going to keep the conversation going. So if you're talking about, the new show that you're watching, oh, you just finished Ozark. What's the next show that you're going to be watching? Or what's your next favorite thing on your Netflix list to watch? Always leave with a call to action, something that they need to respond to keep that conversation going. Okay. Because then when you have that conversation, the next time you start a challenge group or you're having a coach opportunity, say, hey, I don't know if this would interest you at all, but I'm running this challenge group, but I'm hosting this What is Coaching thing this weekend. Would you want to check it out? So it doesn't feel weird because you've already been talking to them all along. And I'm not going to read exactly through all these things, but when we're following people, when we're connecting with people, we're going to hear in their messages, in their conversations, maybe where they're struggling. Is it finances? Is it health? Is it community? And we want to ask questions and see if we can get to what their deep-rooted problem is, because maybe it's not that they need to lose 50 pounds or that they need, all this money, but maybe they're a new mom and they're stuck at home and all they want is women to talk to or other people to talk to and converse with, and they want to find time to take care of themselves. So ask questions, and then we try to find what's going to fix their need. Not fix them, but fix the thing that's getting them to your inbox that you want to invite them to. Okay. Objections, the word no, are part of the process. I mentioned this on our team call last night that, two of our coaches, especially Deja, because she's only been 2 or 3 weeks and she's had a lot of yeses. She's had good Success Club run, and I, first of all, I guarantee she's had no's in those yeses, but she knows those yeses are going to run out. It's not going to be so easy. There's going to be way more no's coming than all the yeses. And it's in those no's that you just have to keep going. It is part of the process. Somebody says for every 100 no's, you get 1 yes. I don't know if it's exactly those numbers, but I mean you have to talk to a lot of people to find the ones that want to join you. And so if you can be okay with those no's, it was a go for no. And people had a chart and it was 100 check boxes. And every time you got a no, you were supposed to check it off. It was a good thing. Oh, I got 100 no's, because if I get 100 no's, it means somewhere in there I'm going to get a yes. So I want to see how fast I can get to 100 no's. That make sense? So it takes that emotion out of getting a no and hearing that scary word. Okay. We already talked about using the script. Oh no, I didn't talk about the scripts. Again, we've tried to create scripts in our team page. There are a lot of inviting language and things in this Coach Online office. Again, we just then went out, we found things that worked for us that may have been a little bit different than the Coach Online office, and then we just fixed it, did it our own way, and then we shared it with you. So in our team Google Drive, there are scripts, there are things that we send out, emails that we send to our leads or to customers or people. We have scripts that you can totally use. Again, don't reinvent the wheel. Use what's been working for other people, and that's why we share. Okay. I used to really be afraid of the cost. It is an absolutely amazing value. What I heard somebody say that their sister-in-law was going to, was it Spin Cycle or some Soul Cycle or something in New York, and they were paying, or no, it was a Pilates studio in New York. They were paying $550 a month for a membership, and we get a year's worth of programs, subscription to programs, some of the best programs out there, if not the best at-home programs, for $140 one-time fee, plus you get supplements, the best supplement shake you could find on the market. And again, I struggled, because I was a single mom when I started getting Shakeology and all of that. It is an amazing value for what we get. So if we have the belief that it's too expensive, if we have the belief it's not worth the cost, guess what? We're going to project that onto our customers. We're going to project that onto our coaches. We're going to project that belief that we have onto people. A lot of people want to say, oh, it's so $140 or $160. It sounds like so much. So I'm going to give a $10 or $20. I'm going to make it way cheaper. Don't give away your money. You're a new coach. Don't give away your earnings. Keep it. It's still an amazing value. Okay. Let Beachbody give away their money by putting it on sale or giving you the $10 new coach, coupon. You don't have to give discounts for something that's already amazing value. Okay. They're already getting a discount by buying that challenge pack together. Okay. I already said, don't show up and throw up. Don't send them your link. I used to be like, oh, let's get that link to them, and then they're going to sign up. Nope. Just take a step back. Talk to them about what they need, what they want. And I think, again, this is why I love ShareCart. I don't ever send links anymore, because when you send somebody a link, they get all messed up. You send them a link to a challenge pack and they get in there and they go, oh, well, I could just buy this Beachbody on demand for 3 months. It's way cheaper than $140, even though they're not realizing they're not getting all of this other stuff, but they just see that it's cheaper. Well, I could do this cheaper. And so we've already had that conversation. This is going to be your best value. This is going to get you programs to set you up for the lifestyle, a year. Think about where you could be in a year from now. This is going to set you up to get your first month of Shakeology, in a bundle. You're going to feel amazing after that first 30 days, and you get to send it all to them. And then they just go click, put in their credit card. There's no guesswork. Okay. But because you've had that conversation, you've talked it through those things with them. Okay. And then finally, follow up forever. I say, unless they literally tell me to go F myself, sorry, and I'm trying to be good, not say F words, I will continue to follow up. They could ghost me forever, but they're still following me. They still watch my stories. I will follow up forever. I just did it today. And I'm like, and I'm telling you, if you send a message and they ghost you, say, oh, I really hope I didn't offend you. Do you know how many people have responded back to me when I say, I hope I didn't offend you? Like, oh my God, no, I'm sorry, I just got busy, or no, I'm just not interested. I would much rather have an I'm not interested than not a message at all. Because I don't know if when you don't send me a message, maybe they're thinking about it. Maybe they think I'm crazy. What do you think? So I say, I really hope I didn't offend you. I just get really excited about and passionate about what I want to share. And then they're like, oh my gosh, no, you didn't offend me. Well, of course I didn't offend you. Why would I offend you? I invited you to an opportunity that could change your life. You shouldn't be offended. You should be excited. So anyway, follow up forever. Okay. I feel like I was trying to do so good and get so much faster and I'm not. So your first goal is to, help 3 people. Your second goal, and this can literally happen in a week. It can happen in 30 days. It can happen as fast as you want to, is to hit emerald rank. I do with my coaches, I ask them to set the goal, if that's what they want, for the first 30 days of becoming a coach. And what emerald means is it's you plus 2 coaches. So if you're married, if you have a significant other, you have a partner, like this is something that you, like I always say to sign up your partner. Whoever it is, you're going to be with them, sign them up, because not only do you have control, is it your first coach is halfway to your first rank, but you have control of your status. So if you can find, like Lori has a perfect setup. She has family members on both legs. So even if she, like, let's say some of her other coaches go inactive, or maybe like one of the family members is going to go inactive, she has control to say, hey, I'm going to buy something under your account to keep you active so I don't lose my emerald rank. She has control. She set it up perfectly. If you have a best friend, or like I said, a significant other, and they can be your first 2 coaches, or you have one of them on each leg, it gets you not only the first rank, but you have control over your rank. Because once you hit emerald and you hit Success Club, you not only now get free leads. So people that don't sign up with a coach, you now get them as your customer. Then you end up earning commission and volume from their subsequent purchases after they become your customer. You also now have unlocked the second income stream, which is team cycle bonus. Okay. That's a later training. So don't worry about that, because your first goal is to get to, Kathy's going, wait, what? I can know. I see, I know, right? It's overwhelming. I get it. But your first goal is to invite 3 people. Your second goal is to hit that emerald rank. Once you hit emerald, that's when we can really unlock and talk about the team cycle bonus, because you have a team. Now you have 2 people and you're starting to build. Okay. There was something else I was going to say. Those 3 people that you're talking to, that you get to join your challenge group, 3 or more people that got you to Success Club, you want to offer the preferred membership to them. If they're not ready to coach and do what you're doing, offer the preferred membership, because not only they're going to get 25% off, they're going to have the ability to earn money if they start doing what you're doing, they start doing the programs and they start getting results and people start asking them, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Well, if I tell you what I'm doing, I earn income off of that for you joining me. So I always now, and I didn't do this years ago, I always offer the preferred membership up front, okay? And we did provide language and it worked. I hate saying it's like it works like a charm, like I'm trying to scam people. It just does. Like, why would anybody not want to save money? When they sign up, it costs exactly the same to sign up as a preferred member and to sign up as non-preferred member with the challenge pack. It's exactly the same. And then the next month when you want to get Shakeology again because you love it, you're saving money. It's cheaper. Why would you not want to do that? Okay. So when you think about it that way, it's also really easy to offer it to other people. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. I said it, you're going to want to share your journey on social media. Everybody has what they feel comfortable, what they feel confident sharing, how they want to share, but you need to be sharing your journey on social media, especially now when that is how we are connecting and communicating with people. Wow, it's funny, all these oh wait, maybe it was the picture. Cause like, I'm like, oh, all our batteries were really dead. But this is how we're connecting with people. And again, you'll see on our different, I just picked some of our social medias to showcase. It's not all about health and fitness. Okay. We are so much more than health and fitness coaches. You are your brand. Okay. So I talk a lot about fashion. I talk a lot about drinking. I talk a lot about, I like dancing and being funny, and I love humor, and, and then I sprinkle in the health and fitness. I talk a lot about mindset. I talk a lot about, mental health, because I, suffered from depression and anxiety. Like, we get to share what we want, but we're sharing our journey, this life journey, not just our health and fitness journey. That's sprinkled in. Okay. It's one of the pieces. I said, I work out right now an hour a day, because I'm in the program. I work out 1 hour a day. There's 23 other hours in the day that I am not working out. I am not just a workout. I'm not just all about fitness. Okay. So when I first started, people thought, do you work out like all day long? Because that's all I was showing. And that's not what because if people think that we work out all day long, they're not going to want to join us, because nobody wants to work out all day long. Okay. So will what you're saying stop somebody's scroll? So this is me, 2014, a couple months after I joined. I was posting the stock photo, and if you're doing this, if you've done this, everybody does. It's totally fine. It's all about evolving. But I was like, oh my God, shake for $4. Look at all these great ingredients. I got 3 likes, 1 comment. It was not personalized, not scroll stopping. Nobody gives a shit. Scream sales. Everybody says, I don't want to be a salesman. That screams sales, right? And I talk about, don't think that I don't share products or new things that are launching, but it's the way that we do it. Like when the new mom crack, new energized flavor comes out, I'm going to, that's my mom crack. I literally have it every day. You would think I had it now, but I didn't. I have it every day. I'm going to share how it has benefited me. I don't drink coffee anymore. I used to have so much creamer in my coffee, and so it's so unhealthy. I don't have coffee anymore. I don't even like coffee anymore because of my Energize. So when we get a new flavor, I'm not going to post a picture of the new flavor. I might my stories, and stuff, and make it fun, but I'm going to take a picture of my new, whatever the flavor, and talk about it, what it tastes like, what it, how it helps me, how it's benefited me, how it's, kept me from drinking tons of coffee and, sugary laden creamers and whatever. Okay. And then if you look at this other post had obviously way more likes, way more comments. That's weird. It says 100. Anyway, maybe this was the wrong put, but anyway, and you can't see the words, but it shared a journey. I shared a journey that this was like, people think, again, they want quick results. This is huge. Like, it shows that I was on a journey. It's not a quick fix. It's a daily, something we choose to do daily. It's more eye-catching. Everybody likes the before and after, but it also tells a story. It wasn't just, this is my before and after, and you can't see the story, but this isn't my before and after. It was every single day I showed up, I worked out, I worked on my nutrition, and this is what it got me a year ago. People don't want to know that it can take that long, but it's true and it's real. Okay. We are so close, I think. So close. All right. So we talked about getting 3 people started with a challenge pack, and that gets you Success Club. So think about how, or I want you to think about how that compounds month after month. So when you get a new customer, you earn about 50, depending on the challenge pack, earn about $50 per challenge pack. Okay. And sold. It's 25 to 40% commission based on the challenge pack. But so if you get 3 people signed up, it's $150 that very first month. Okay, that covers your initial investment into your coaching business and yourself in the first month. Okay, that second month, you're going to First Success Club again. You want that success starters. You want to try to get that free trip. You want to try to get in the test group, get your free ticket to Summit. So you're getting 3 new people. That's another $150. If those 3 people from month 1 stay on Shakeology, that's you get $32 per bag of Shakeology every time it ships. So you don't just earn commission the first time they buy something for you. You earn commission every single time they order a bag of Shakeology or anything else. So,
and Kelly, I just want to interrupt here. And Kathy, that's a customer. So if you sign somebody up as a preferred coach, that's different.
Yes.
So just
Yeah,
wanna,
these are customers. If they stay customers and aren't preferred members.
okay.
Yes. So you're adding that up, about 250 when you have the 150. Then month 3, you go again for those 3 new people. It's $150 plus now you have 6 people that are on Home Direct Shakeology. $32 times 6 people. Okay, so after 3 months, you've made it $750 about, and that's only if you're helping 3 people. Sky's the limit. You can help as many. Okay, and that doesn't mean, and this is just challenge pack sales too. So you're thinking maybe somebody's not ready for Shakeology, or maybe they only want Shakeology or a nutrition plan, or they only want Beachbody on Demand right now. It happens. We're not going to turn anybody away because they don't want to buy a challenge pack. They're crazy, but we're not going to turn them away. And so you're still going to earn commission and volume on all of that. So this is just looking at you helping 3 people get started each month for the first 3 months of the challenge pack. That's it. So you can definitely make more than this. Okay. You can definitely make less depending on what you're willing to do, how uncomfortable you're willing to get, how many people you're willing to talk to, is going to determine your success. All right. So I know there's a lot of information. It seems very overwhelming, which is why I've created with some of my coaches on my team, the 7-day Fit to Love boot camp. We try to break down the 7 most important things that we think will get you started right away. Not waiting for when you're done with your program, not waiting until you've had Shakeology for 30 days, now, like the day you sign up, okay? And then beyond that 7-day boot camp, the Fit Club Network, which is our big team, they also have a 30-day training that goes even more in depth about the compensation plan and some other things that are really good and you want to know as you continue to build your business, as you continue to get more comfortable in what you're doing, okay? We talked about committing to your program, drinking your shake, and at least 10 minutes of PD per day. If you need recommendations on personal development books, I highly recommend that you reach out to your upline and maybe talk about what is the one thing that you're struggling with right now. The one I used to give GoPro as mine because it was all about network marketing, and it's a great book. I highly recommend it for business personal development. But the one that I mentioned earlier, the Hustle, Believe, Receive, all about mindset and having a vision and knowing where you want to go. I honestly believe, doesn't matter how many business books you read, if you don't get your mind right, you're not going to be successful. Like you can do all the things, but if you don't believe it's going to happen, and so I actually now I'm giving that book to my new coaches, and I think it's huge. So I would definitely think about maybe where you're struggling right now. Is it, the belief that you can be successful, the belief, what is it? And then go search or ask your upline or the team, what's a good book for this? If I'm struggling with self-doubt or, I know you should see I wish I could show you all the books in my office. I'm running out of rooms to put them. But get a book, start reading it. It's one of my favorite times of the day is reading my book.
Lori, can I interrupt for just a second? Yeah, Lori and I were talking earlier, we had our one-on-one. And one of the things that I've been saying about myself is that I can't get out of my own way.
Yep.
And I was at Fry's and I saw a book that says Getting Out of Your Own Way.
See? I'm
like, okay, so that's where I'm starting.
It's a sign. And then you need to report back because I have not read that one. So
okay, well, I got to open it up first.
Okay, do that.
Okay.
But and then, like I said, you just have to start sharing. And it doesn't have to be, I wouldn't suggest going, hey, I just became a Beachbody coach. Anybody need to work out? Like, why did, what was it that drew you to Lori? What was it that drew you to, was it something, hey, I saw my friend working out every day and I saw her doing these ridiculous burpee push-ups and what was it that attracted you to what she was doing and now wanted to join, and share and say, I want to pay it forward and I want to invite you to join this challenge group, with me, or try, this boot camp that I'm going to be running in 2 weeks or whatever. Just start sharing. Okay. You don't have to have it all figured out. I still don't have it all figured out. I mean, I was winging it. I was running down to my house tonight before this call, we don't have to have it all figured out. We just have to be willing to take action and fail. You have to be willing to fail. honestly. Because if you're not willing to fail, you're going to be too scared to take action. So after all that, don't get overwhelmed. One step at a time, one conversation at a time, one goal at a time. And so that's why I said, pick that date to start your challenge group, find 3 people that you can help, and then offer that preferred membership. You're going to hit your first 2 goals as a new coach like that. Okay. And any questions? You're like, I want to go eat my tacos.
Actually, I already ate. I had a Power Bowl from Taco Bell.
Ooh,
Had
yeah.
chicken, and yeah, it was really good. Actually,
Awesome. I hope
I tried to go to Violina. It's they've only got like 2 or 3 locations in Phoenix, but they were so backed up that they shut the funds down. I'm like, okay, I guess I won't be calling them. Not today.
That's a good place.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The one thing I will share with you is because I'm working, my growth is I'm working on not being such a perfectionist. And so when I started, Kathy, I felt like I had to know everything. And so I got in my own way because I didn't just start sharing my story and then just letting it flow and I felt like I had to learn everything. And I think we're just a student of life. And so just learn as you go. And you've got tons of resources with Kelly and Kisa and everybody else, myself. And if you don't know something and you're not able to find it, we will help you. So
I think
did you see Kisa? She's like, no, don't ask me.
Like, I think, well, the thing that, and thank you for bringing that up, Lori, because I think that the thing is that people, there is so much training and there's so much research and people get stuck in the training.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to learn everything and then they don't implement. It's like, there's no point in getting trained and learning all the things and then not doing, right? And so like, when we started doing, we just recently started doing these coach events more frequently because we realized to build a business, we have to be inviting people to coach with us and join us. And it was like, we didn't really know how to do it. Like and we're going to get better, but we just did it. We just said, we're going to pick a date. We're going to go for it. We might flub, we might fumble, but we have to just do. I could go look at all the top coaches and see, what do they do? What do they do? What do they do? And then never actually do it because I don't have their following. I don't have their financial success to share, or their, how many coaches they have on their team. And so there are a lot of people that get stuck in the training and they don't do the implementing. And so that's like,
this is a business where you do, then learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we're taught to learn everything and then go do, right? We go to school, then we go do our job. This is complete reverse. And so it's kind of hard to get out of that mindset. Mm-hmm. Whereas this is just, you put your ass out there essentially, and you learn as you go. But most people learn through experience anyway. So, I can't stress it enough that don't get stuck in the training. Like that's why we narrowed down the 7-day training to really try and get it. So like, these are the things you need to know, the main elements of the business so that you understand what you're doing and how the business works. But each coach is different and unique and gets to bring their whole thing to it. And you just do, and you just show up and you learn as you go. And your upline, and yes, I'm here for questions. If you want questions, like your upline and everybody, the team resource, like if you get stumbled, you're like, oh my gosh, I have absolutely, like you've gone and looked and searched, or you just have a question where you're like, I've never had anybody ask me this before. I have no idea what to do. Reach out, post it in the team page. The benefit of posting it in the team page is you're going to get different thoughts and different mechanisms on how other different people would bring like different perspectives, right? So I can't stress enough, just do, then learn as you go, because that is the biggest thing with this business. Because if you just sit and learn, like I could learn every day and just get stuck and do nothing. Is really what it comes down to. You can get so overwhelmed with all of the information and wanting to know everything that you just get stuck in the learning part and then you never go actually do. So do, then learn. It's completely ass backwards, but that is how you are successful in this business.
I'm so glad you joined us tonight, Kathy. That speaks volumes. So it's awesome.
Well, I appreciate the invite, and I appreciate you guys having this. And Keith, I was just giving you shit. I'm sorry.
It's fine. You can give me shit every day. I'll give you shit.
I mean, she was drinking, and then she was like, "Oh my gosh."
You know what I was doing? I'll be honest. I was researching freaking hashtags, and I had them all set up for my post tonight. And the app that I